Welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. I'm very excited to have Nick Silverio today with me, the founder and CEO of A Safe Haven for Newborns. And we just found out 408 babies saved from possible abandonment and death. Kudos to you. We're going to learn today a bunch of what you're involved in and the broad reach you have beyond the state of Florida.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Nick, thank you so much for coming today.
Oh, thank you for asking, and always enjoy being with you and on this wonderful program. Thank you.
Well, Nick, you're one of those people that people meet you and immediately fall in love with you because this is a man whose generous spirit and your heart, are just on display with everything you do. And before we start, of course, I have to thank our sponsors, South Florida PBS. Love you guys. They have some amazing programs going on in September. Ken Burns is doing bunches of stuff again. And and the best thing, if you join now, you get a chance to get live concert tickets. And look at these concerts. ABBA, Benice, Mannheim Steamroller,
Oh, wow.
the Fab Four, Straight No Chaser, the Doo-Wop Project, Riverdance. I mean, lots of good stuff. So if you're not a member, you should be because it's probably one of the best resources we have in our community.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think you've done stuff with them, have you not?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. So let's talk about what's coming up. You just saved some babies. And tell me about your impact, first of all.
Yeah, let me share some information with you.
Okay.
We've saved 408 babies, 398 in Florida,
Right.
9 in other states, 1 in the country of Honduras. We've helped 6 moms to reclaim their parental rights.
Oh, really?
And we've also, 73 moms chose direct adoption, that they wanted to be in the life of that child. And we're now talking to the country of Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka? Yeah.
Sri Lanka and South Africa.
Wow.
So we'll see if we can help them as well. We did help the states of Kansas and Missouri, and we're also talking to South Carolina.
Well, it's wonderful that other states are adopting the great work you're doing. And do they have the same kind of makeup like somebody that's leading the charge for that state? And how is that working out?
Some do, but many don't. But some do. Yeah, some do. And we work with everybody that.
And do you just offer back office support, or how does that work?
We offer our experience.
Your experience.
Yeah, experience, and that's important because basically this way they can develop the plan and work it. Otherwise, they, go in different aspects, go in different ways.
Does every state have a safe haven law?
All 50 states have a safe haven law.
Okay.
Right. Oh, they all do.
That's right.
Some 3 days. The babies can be 3 days old or less. Some 7 days. Some 30, which we have.
You have 30 days now?
Yeah. We changed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to change my reporting.
Yeah. When we first started, it was 3 days, and then we advocated for 7. And this past session was
30 days.
30 days. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It gives them a more chance to make the right decision for her and their baby.
Yeah. But you help the moms even before they have their babies.
We do.
Well before. And I don't think most people understand that it's not just dropping off the baby and helping them with adoption or whatever. It's when they're in distress.
They're in distress. Counseling. We received a call this morning. Honestly, we received a call this morning from city of Jacksonville. The mom was pregnant and soon to be homeless, and didn't know what to do. So we're going to try to get her in a shelter in that area today,
and then see that she gets doctor's appointments,
appointments, right, and so forth, and then we'll provide the baby items when the baby's born and all. Right. We've handled abuse issues, a suicide call, which was very, very intense, but we got that mom help right away.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's phenomenal that you really work 24/7.
We do.
Do you ever get a break? Never.
We never think about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And tell me what happens, because I know you every once in a while you have to make trips. And you were telling me you have some exciting news with Knights of Columbus. You're What do you call it?
I'm
The
a fourth degree Knights of Columbus.
Right.
Right. And I've been for many years. It's a great organization. Many people know about it.
Oh yeah.
And
my dad was one. Yeah.
What was right?
Yeah.
And we're going to do a video.
Yeah.
With them, video production.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Yeah.
That's a really nice thing for them to offer you.
Yeah.
You know.
You saw the documentary that Max from Accord did you
Oh
not?
yeah, Accord Productions. God bless you, Max.
10 times over.
Yeah, really. Yeah. So we have some wonderful local support for a safe haven for newborns, and you have a big gala coming up.
We have a big gala coming up. Yes, we do. Yes, we
Yeah.
do. And it's going to be at the Intercontinental Hotel. It's going to be on October 19th, starting at 7:30. We have a super silent auction, and we have a great raffle.
Oh, you have a. You have a raffle.
A raffle.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah. And you'll be doing that again, and like you do every year, and it's terrific. We appreciate that.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, do you already have some items that you've gotten for the auction that you can share with us?
Not really.
Not really?
No,
a little too early yet?
Yeah, it is too early. They're putting the baskets together. They're putting all the information. They work on the weekends.
I know you have travel packages. You have all kind of great
all
stuff.
kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
really.
even art. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I think my folks bought a lot of art and and liquor last year.
Yeah. We have that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you have the wine.
Well,
The wine thing that sells out every
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So
one thing we're going to have this year. This is amazing. One of our Safe Haven babies is 21 years old. She's going to be graduating from college next year.
Gloria?
It's Gloria Hope.
Gloria Hope.
Gloria Hope. And I've been in her life since she's 3 days old.
Yeah.
And they live in Kentucky with her parents. And I received a call from the firefighters because they received our newsletter, firefighters, and they said, Gloria Hope, we were the firefighters that received her when her mom left her here.
No way.
So we talked about it, and I confirmed it, and that was actually the truth of what they were saying and how they were saying it and what they remembered. And so we're going to have a reunion
Of the firefighters and
So
Gloria?
they said basically there were three of us, and we both have spouses. All three of us have spouses. Bring them. All six of you
wow.
can come and be our guests, and you have the
wow.
reunion. So then the other thing that we do too, we're going to have other Safe Haven families there. When everybody sits down inside, the doors will open, and then the families will be introduced one by one, and walking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's very emotional.
So now, are you looking for sponsorships for those families to come to the event? I mean, that would be something that, people, our viewers, might say, hey, I can't go to the event, but maybe I can sponsor, a family that's going to be attending.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And do you need volunteers for the event?
We do. Always
Okay.
need volunteers. Yeah,
Okay.
we do.
And they just go to asafehaven.org?
.com.
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 Yeah, I always
and
forget.
go to the volunteer area.
Yeah.
Fill out the information, and we'll be right back in contact with you.
Okay. And the same goes true if you want to sponsor or
If you want to sponsor,
if you go to the website, the sponsor information
it's all
is there.
It's all there, and they can sign up right away.
And this is really a fabulous affair. People love this event every year.
They do.
So you knock it out of the park.
It's a celebration of the lives of those babies that have been saved.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's
So now give people a background on how this all started 21 years ago. If she's 21, it's 21 years.
no. It's started 23 years ago.
20. Oh, well, that's when you set up the nonprofit. And yeah.
Yeah.
So after your wife died in a car accident,
Caused by a speeding driver.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want me to relate?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no, because there's a lot of people who have not met you before.
Okay. I had an IT business. And,
Yeah.
and we were an IBM business partner as well. And so one morning, kissed my wife goodbye for the day, and 2.5 hours later received a call from the trauma center that she had been involved in a car accident. Ended up, it was a fatal car accident caused by a speeding driver. So some months later, all by myself in the middle of the night, maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, flipping through a magazine, not paying any attention. Fingers were just busy fingers, just flipping.
Yeah.
And my finger stopped on a page, and I was compelled to look at that page. And on the page was an escalating crisis of babies being abandoned throughout the world.
Oh.
And I believe at that moment that was God's message to me that that's what I should be doing for the rest of my life. So some weeks later, I went to the office and I told my employees, I said, I know what we're going to do in Gloria's name, because we go
That was her name. Yeah.
Gloria and Silverio Foundation, doing business as a safe haven for newborns. I know what we're going to be doing. They said, what? We're going to save babies from being abandoned. So I got all these quizzical looks, and they said, how we're going to do that? I said, I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And with my business background and the contacts that we've had, the relationships that we have, we started calling people and learning about the issues and so forth. We needed to know that right off the bat.
Sure.
What causes this? How do we address it?
Mm-hmm.
What can we provide? And we started learning about all of that, and then we put the program together. So when we went to create the non-for-profit,
Yeah.
we created it. I didn't know how to do it, so I asked somebody to help, and this was a person that worked for one of the clients that we had.
Uh-huh.
So they did it, and it didn't pass. So I called him. This was a Friday afternoon. I called him and I said, it didn't pass. He said, bring it over. He said, we'll fix it up. So I brought it over, and he spent 15 minutes. He said, do this, that, and the other thing. And so when I left, I said, that's not going to work. So I spent the whole weekend redoing the entire application. And the reject letter had the IRS agent's name and his phone number. So I called him. And he didn't answer, but I left him a message that was kind of quizzical, so he would be interested in calling me back.
Yeah.
And he did. He called me back.
Yeah.
And I said to him, this is important. This is why we're doing this and so forth. I know it didn't pass. All I would ask you to do is if you can take a look at it to see if it's in the ballpark. I'm not asking you to make a decision on it.
Right.
I said, if you can do that, so appreciative. He said, yes. He said, mail it to me. I said, no, well, Fellow Express it. You'll have it tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And he did. A couple of days later, he called back. He said, you're in the ballpark. It's going to pass.
Oh, wow.
And so then we had a non-for-profit.
Yeah. With that, it's not easy to get. And sometimes it just a matter of how you word things. Yeah. So good for you for being so persistent.
Yeah.
Because you could have easily said, oh, well, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
but
wasn't.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. You knew it was meant to be. Yeah. So then how long did it take to set everything up? Because you had to come up with a business plan, strategic planning.
Came up with a business plan, had to have a board, create a board. At the beginning, the board was some of my family
Just
members.
Your friends and family.
Friends, and initially, and then I realized, we need to do it the right way. Not the right way, but the official way.
Yeah.
And so we did that. So I said, we need to contact the health department. We need to get them involved.
Oh, for sure.
So that was the first call that I made to a health department.
Well, at this point, was there already a safe haven law?
Oh, Governor Bush had passed it 6 months prior.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So good timing.
For 3 days, and no one knew about it. I didn't know about it. I did a research, and we found out.
Oh.
So eventually, he gave us the 1,000 Points of Light recognition.
Wow.
Up in the Tallahassee at his mansion and so forth. It's my father's birthday that day, and my father went up there. I went up there too. And
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he wished my father happy birthday. So, and he was always supportive of the program.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And then we saved the very first baby. Very first baby.
And that was
like 5 o'clock in the morning. No, it wasn't. No.
Oh, it wasn't.
No.
Oh, who was it?
She was like the 30th baby.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I always think she was the first one because that's the one I always heard about.
Yeah. Well, her parents her adoptive parents are tremendous people. And they brought her up in a great way.
Yeah.
She'll be singing the national anthem this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she'll be there. She'll be at the gala.
Right. Yeah.
She'll be there.
So your first baby, you had 30 before her? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. And then we knew we needed to get the health department involved. Mm-hmm. We knew we needed to get the hospitals involved. We knew we needed to get the fire departments involved. So I'm at Holy Cross Hospital. one day, and there's 2 fire chiefs there.
Yeah.
And I said to one of the fire chiefs, I said, I have a dream, and the dream is to have safe haven signage at all of the hospitals and fire departments in the entire state.
Yeah.
He said, oh, yeah. I said, how do I make that happen? He said, call Joel Gordon. He has a contacts with the Florida Fire Chiefs Association. He'll be able to help. So I called Joel, and Joel said, yeah, call Larry Scavoto and tell him that I told you to call. And he said, yeah, Joel, that pain in the neck. He didn't use that word. Okay. So I called Larry Scavoto, and I did this, I repeated it. And I said, Larry, how do we do this? Can we do it?
That's a lot of signage.
Yeah. Is the signage going to be, special specifications and so forth?
Yeah.
He said, no, we'll give it to where it'll be all one spec, and you'll be able to do it. I said, how are we going to get them distributed? He said, we have 7 vice presidents in 7 districts in Florida. They'll distribute them. And we were paying for them. We didn't ask the government to pay for them because we knew that we needed to make this work and so forth. So
how much did that cost?
That
had to be a lot.
That was a high expense. Yeah, the signs at the time cost $9 a sign.
Oh my goodness!
Now
and you had like hospitals, fire stations.
The hospitals we didn't include yet.
Oh,
because we needed to make sure
we started with the
they
fire
understood.
stations.
And thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands. And now the signs cost $42 a sign.
Oh my goodness!
Because they're metal.
Oh yeah, I know they're sturdy.
They're metal.
But they went up that much in price. Jeez.
We used to get them from Pride. Pride was the prison that made the license plates.
Right.
We got them from there, and then they got hacked. Okay, and they lost all their information and so forth. And when we went back to them, the signs at the time that they said that we were paying $9 went up to $72.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I said, we can't do it.
Oh, no. That's crazy.
Just can't do it. We want to support what you're doing, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
So now all of the 24/7 staff fire stations in the state have our signage outside their facility, and they all have the education that we provide, and the hospitals do as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of hospitals.
A lot of hospitals.
Yeah. So, but I see, I've been in and out, obviously, wrist, hip.
Yeah.
I've seen those signs. Yeah. So fast forward. So you 30, and then you get Gloria Hope in 21. So when did you get your very first baby?
It was a couple months later. A couple months after.
Quickly?
Yeah, a couple months later. Yeah.
Did you have the signs up, or had you just started
We were promoting it. Yeah,
Yeah.
promoting it. Yeah, and we were in Miami-Dade, so we called the fire departments. This is what we're doing, and so forth. And
Right.
just got lots of people involved.
Right, initially.
And lots of people in the community. Dave Lawrence from the Miami Herald, was the editor at the time.
Right.
He loved what we were doing, supported it. He became a friend. Somebody asked me, "Do you want to meet Dave Lawrence?" I said, "Oh, for sure." So she called, and she set up an appointment for me to meet with him. And he called me.
And he's amazing.
Yeah, he called me.
Yeah.
So I went to see him. We had lunch.
Uh-huh.
And then I was talking about what we're doing. And I said, David, I'd like to be on our advisory board. He said, Nick, advisory boards are only to be able to use people's names. And I said, you're right. There's
That's all I need.
No
That's
better
all I
name
need.
than yours.
Yeah, right. That's all I need is your name. Yeah. So that's great, though.
Yeah. So it just kept on going.
Yeah. Well, you and I met when doing a nonprofit event, and you were up for. We were trying to decide who we were going to have for the donor for how we were going to give the proceeds to a charity, and at the time it was a women's group. We were picking a different charity every year, and the year that we did it, I had another charity that I had, presented, and but. Across the board, when everybody heard what you were doing, I said, I don't care. Yeah, it's got to be Nick. So, but then you became the charity of choice. It was like, no, we're doing this every year for Nick. So, and what a happy occasion that was to meet you and to see you through this journey, because it was probably when it was early on.
No, it was.
That we met.
It really
Do you remember what year that was? It was
no, but very,
it was
very
a
early
long,
on. Yeah.
Yeah. but your
But it was a
mission.
blessing.
It was. It was a blessing for all of us. Everybody and the people that were involved in that group are still with you.
Yeah, they are.
That's the crazy thing. It's like they became your volunteers.
Yeah. You have any volunteers? Yeah, we have lots of volunteers, and some been 19, 20, 18, 17 years, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. So that really was early on. So now after the gala, we have a lot. You have a lot of good. Go ahead. Tell me.
Let me tell you two stories.
Okay.
I received a call yesterday from Cecile. Cecile was a mom that was pregnant that needed help. This was 8 years ago. She calls every 4 or 5 months just to say hello and how she's doing. So she calls this one morning. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and she says, "I am asking her questions. She's homeless. Just got home, became homeless. She is undocumented. She's 7 months pregnant. No prenatal care, no job." So I said, "Where are you? We'll come and pick you up." Give us the address of the house that you're at. She said, "No, I don't want them to know anything about what I'm doing. I'll be on the street. Okay, what will you be wearing so we can identify you?"
Right.
So she did. So we picked her up, and it was in the morning. I said, "Have you had breakfast?" She said, "No." "Where do you want to go?" "Burger King." So when I spoke to her yesterday, I said, "Do you remember that Burger King?" She said, "Yeah, I do."
Oh my gosh.
And so we went to Burger King. And there was no place at the time to be able to put her for shelter. So we went to the Hacienda Motel, which is right by the Archdiocese of Miami.
Right.
And I negotiated with them a fee, a rate, and I would then pay every week. I would go every week and pay for her, and then we would talk outside of her room and so forth.
Right.
So one night she calls at 9 o'clock at night. She said, "My water just broke."
Oh, geez.
And I said, "Well, I'll call 911. She said, No, don't." She was all concerned because of her status and so forth.
Yeah, right.
So I'm driving. I called her 5 or 6 times from the car. If it had changed, I was going to call 911 anyway.
Yeah, right.
But then as I was driving, I said, "Lord, you've given me a tremendous challenge with my wife, Gloria. Don't give me a challenge to have on-the-job training to deliver this
a baby."
And he listened. He listened. So we took her to the hospital. She had a baby, healthy baby, and then the baby was placed for adoption. And we helped her transition through a job, and she was on her own.
Yeah.
And so she called. So I said to her, "Are you working on October 19th at 7 p.m.?" She said, "I'll be working for 3 hours earlier in the day." I said, "Okay, we will. We're inviting you." She said, "Can you provide transportation?" I said, "Yeah, we'll provide Uber."
And maybe something to wear?
Yeah, well, we'll ask her.
You might want to.
Yeah.
Make sure she. Yeah.
Just appropriate. Yeah.
If she needs transportation, she needs maybe a dress.
Yeah.
And find out what size she is.
Yeah.
And just put it on Facebook and say, "We're looking for a size whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'll be at the gala as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and so we'll.
But she's doing okay now. She's got
great.
her own.
Doing great. She's doing great. She's with her. She's with her niece.
And was she able to get legal status?
No.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
No. She didn't really try.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, it costs money.
But the other one is Milagros.
Oh yeah, Milagros.
They're coming.
Oh my gosh! That's great. Our time is almost up. So tell me about who's coming. We got another minute.
Yeah, Milagros. Milagros sends me an email and asks me. She calls me Uncle Nick. Can you give me a recommendation? I'm applying for a job.
Great. Awesome.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
So
oh my God,
she got a wonderful.
So
she'll be, and then she'll write a little speech, and because she has a speech impediment, she'll ask me to speak for her, and it's very moving. Everybody gets very moved on that.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, it is always such a pleasure to see you and to hear about all the wonderful work you're doing. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. And God bless you and And we pray for all those mothers and babies that are being saved because of your great work and the wonderful people that are supporting you.
Wonderful people.
So if you want to support a great organization, a safe haven for newborns is, got to be right up there on the top.
www.safehavenfornewborns.com, and please follow us on our social media.
There you go. Right. So once again, thank you for being here. Thank you, South Florida PBS, for allowing us to feature people that are doing great work in the community like Nick. So until next time, have a good one and make an impact, make a difference, right?
Yes, for sure. Everybody can.
Everybody can.